This hidey hole food plot has provided some venison, and you may be shocked to hear that we're going to abandon it. Several years ago, we shifted down to the southern portion of the proving grounds, which was undeveloped, raw land, closed canopy forest, a lot of cedars, no food plots, just a lot of closed canopy timber. We had to get little hidey hole food plots on the ground really fast, and this was one of our first food plots. When we made it, we were taking advantage of an area that was already open. Old road bed through here had enough sunlight to get something growing. And back behind me, it was straight eastern red cedar. It was a barren desert for deer, no habitat. So a little hidey hole food plot right here, man, it sure was attractive for deer. Since then, we've come in with the steel chainsaw and we felled all the cedars back behind me, let a lot of sunlight to the ground and restoring that native habitat, getting a lot of native vegetation that provides both food and cover for critters. You may be asking, why are you abandoning this hidey hole now that you're right next to high quality cover? Well, it's our hunting strategy. We need to be able to approach, hunt, and exit without alerting deer. Our approach was coming in from the east over this little ridge on a northwest wind. That northwest wind from the east was blowing our scent right into that biological desert, that cedar thicket where no deer was going. They had better cover to the west and to the north. Now we've got cover almost on 3 sides of this hunting location. On top of that, the terrain is such back here to the southwest, thermals really dominate. If we hunt this on a different wind direction, those thermals are still going to be pulling really hard down to where deer are likely bedded on the western side. So now we have really limited days of when we could hunt this. So rather than just having a hidey hole and waiting for that one day a year to come in and hunt it, we're going to abandon it and promote the high quality habitat, pack critters in here, but change our hunting strategy to a different location. This is only one of several plots we're going to abandon this summer. Another one was called Hidden Ridge, and it looked great on the map and on paper, if you will. And we laid it out, really spent a lot of time designing it, cleared it out with the steel, put everything in the middle of that plot, burned it, spread seed, both a warm season and cool season the past 2 years, and it has done awesome. This old hidey hole was like a little oasis in the middle of a closed canopy forest. It was drawing all kinds of deer in. But in the past 2 seasons of hunting Hidden Ridge, even though there was a pile of trail camera activity, even during daylight, a lot of daylight activity, we never saw deer while we were hunting at that location. And the reason was we were busting deer getting into that hunting location while we were hunting or getting out. We just didn't have a clean approach. And once we got on site, got in the tree, we were watching where the thermals were going under certain conditions and learning that even though the weatherman said the wind was XYZ, thermals were just pulling down the slope into where most of the deer were probably bedding. And we never saw a deer. So given all that, even though it was a hot location on camera, we're abandoning it. We're going to pull back out and hunt somewhere else and find a new location for another hidey hole food plot this fall. No matter how good the food or cover is, you need to be able to approach, hunt, and exit your hunting location without alerting deer.
Growing Deer is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Also by Green Cover Food Plots, Winchester, PH Outdoors, Moultrie, Steel, Fleet Outdoor Apparel, Morel Targets, Fourth Arrow, Soil Pro Outdoors, Scorpion Venom Archery, Case IH Tractors, Burris Optics, and Redneck Hunting Blinds.
If you're working on habitat work, if you're manipulating the habitat, maybe putting a new food plot or doing some hack and squirt, TSI work, have done a prescribed fire, that habitat work is going to change how deer move through your property. Just like these felled cedars, We've created great habitat. For the long term, this has been great. We can hunt different locations. The value of the habitat is way better than just losing one stand location. You got to keep in mind that if you've changed the habitat or you're alerting deer, that may mean you need to be flexible and abandon a food plot or move a tree stand.
Okay.
That way, you don't keep hunting the same location year after year after year and don't punch any tags. Take a season or two and really take time to make notes and learn what deer are doing, and think about your hunting strategy on that big scale. If you're not seeing critters, something's probably going on and you need to adjust your hunting strategy. So with all that said, we're abandoning several of these hidey hole food plots, and you may be asking, why don't you just keep planting them and add a few more groceries to the property? Well, these little hidey hole food plots, their main goal is to attract deer within bow range, within that 20 or 30 yards. We don't want to have a whole bunch of food sources throughout the property that we can't hunt. Otherwise, deer can just come in, grab a bite, and we're over the ridge sitting at a new hidey hole food plot that sets up a lot better, but they're not getting there till after dark or something because they're coming to this food source that we can't hunt. So we want to be able to still draw deer in to an area that we can effectively hunt. So that's why we're not going to plant these hidey holes. We're just going to let them go. And we'll start creating some new hidey hole food plots in new locations this summer. It may be frustrating for hunters that put all the work and energy into a new food plot or hanging a new stand, and then it seems like it fails after a season or doesn't produce the fruit that you thought. Didn't end up with venison from that location. Well, that's all right. You just learn from it and you move on. If you're learning from it, you're gaining skills, you're growing. Well, the same is true for our lives. When we have failures or struggles in our life, are you just sitting in them, giving up, or are you learning from it and trying to move on, improve yourself? The greatest example of the perfect life that we should follow is Jesus Christ. Even though we have failed as humans, He gave the ultimate gift to come, sacrifice His life, rise from the dead, so we can have eternal life with Him. Even though we've messed up, He has not given up on us. I hope you slow down this week, enjoy creation, but no matter what, listen to the Creator and the purpose He has for your life. Thanks for watching Growing Deer.